Good afternoon, welcome to the stream. It's something special, 2 days in 1 week. I said during the last stream that I would try to stream again this week, and here we go. Doesn't happen too often, but I did some good studying and I'm a little bit ahead of time, so we'll squeeze in just a little bit of level design today. What we're gonna do is, continue working on the hub area. What I want to focus on today is probably start by, well, maybe a little bit of polish. I do want to save the boss area. I don't want to stream it because, there would be too many spoilers. So that is something I'm gonna do offline. But it shouldn't take too long. I think the biggest or the largest amount of work is going to be in polishing and monster placement, I think, because the monster itself, the final boss, is actually completed. So no worries there. And let's see, so we actually, I think last time we did a test to see if a script carries over from one of the other maps to the hub area, which has to do with these frozen monsters. So we're gonna just leave it in. Let's not focus on that for the moment. What I want to do is maybe add in a few monsters here as well. I think some Kako demons might be in order. Not too many, 3 I think will be more than enough. There we go. And we're gonna set him to ambush the player. Okay, that's enough. Now what we want to do here, of course, is provide the player with a little bit of ammunition. Getting very close to release, very close. I said I was aiming for hopefully by the end of this year. If not, it's going to be very early 2026. Kind of depends. I'm not expecting too many problems. Let's see. It's clipped. See if you can actually see this. I did activate the entry script. Okay, it's not. Okay, that's good. What the hell is that? I kind of forgot where it was. You know, this is actually the map, which is, weirdly enough, is the smallest map in the whole pack. And it has the most issues for some reason. So let's actually pinpoint it. There is no... That's kind of weird. Well, usually you can actually solve this by just moving one vertex just a little bit. Let's hope it doesn't create any problems somewhere else, you know. But it's very well possible. So let's see, it's right over there. Okay. So it's this one actually, because there is no... Let's see. See if this works. Usually it works. Usually. No, it doesn't. I assume there's an issue at the base right here then. Let's have a look. I should probably disable this teleporter because it's a waste of time. There we go. Issue is fixed. No, it's not. God damn it. Oh wait, I was actually focusing on the wrong part. It's this one. Side of the box. Okay, this one. Did I? Okay, let's first disable the teleporter. Saves a little bit of time. There we go. Glitch is somehow. Oh, that's actually, it's pretty deep. That is not what we want. But at least the visual glitch is gone. Let's hope it didn't create a new one somewhere else. How do I display the vertices again? Oh god, vertices. Change vertex index. What the hell is that? Probably. Get that. Let's see. Is there like a shortcut button somewhere? Tools. I wonder what this is actually. Tools. Vertices mode, okay. Toggle always show vertices. Alt X. Alt V, maybe that is the one actually. There we go. Okay, let's actually make it a little less steep. There we go. Kind of wanted to gently not overdo it. Because these are just things where the player can get stuck eventually. It's something I do not want. I don't really know why because that is something I would normally take into account from the start. I don't know why it shows this, or just notice it now. Very strange, but okay. Well, never too late to fix. That is somewhat okay, I think. Oh. Make it a little less steep, a little more natural, like that. Now you can actually jump in because the teleporter is gonna spawn here, but you can jump on these crates and just jump in. So there are means to actually reach that specific area. Okay, I think that's good. Now let's see. Make sure it didn't mess anything else up. Okay, so at least you can naturally move here without getting stuck. That is actually what my intention was. And you can just climb up here if you want. So it's not like you have to struggle to get up to the teleporter. And the bug seems to be fixed. I'm not really sure what causes it because it wasn't there before. Maybe if I, you know, sometimes it can happen if you alter some geometry in a different part of the map. Sometimes it can mess up, but maybe it has to do with off-grid vertices or something, I don't know. I try to avoid it. But sometimes these, let's say, natural shapes can cause problems. And it's for some reason it's mainly this map that has that issue. Oh wait, it's still blocked for some reason. And where is the other part? This one. Is this blocked? Block players, yes. Okay. Oh wait. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, never mind. Okay, I think for at least for the moment we are done here. This will require probably some fine-tuning. But let's start by populating the second part here. This is a little bit of platforming. I try to keep it fairly simple. What I probably think is gonna be cool if we actually put a monster here. I feel like, I don't know, the Mancubus, but I have to keep in mind that it's the very first map of episode 2, so I don't want to go too crazy from the start. Well, let's try it out actually, because you will need to defeat him. So let's actually website shell stimpack. What do we need more shell? Maybe should remove one. And let's actually put a shotgun here. Do we want... Alright, let's think. So we got a shotgun and chain gun to start. The rocket launcher is preserved for this part right here. There's a Mancubus. It would be fun to have. Well, we'll see how it plays out. Let's actually test this real quick. See how the Mancubus behaves. If it's actually fun to use it there or not. There he is. I'm just thinking in terms of which monster do we want to place there. It's actually not too hard. It's not too hard to attack from this point. Bah. No, let's leave it for now. What could make this a very interesting fight is have an arch file here. You can use the same map spot actually. Make it spawn. Make it instantly hate the player as soon as the player reaches this sector. So it kind of like, I think it's a nice challenge. Let's see, what is the, let's try actually. Because this is a thing number, tag 5. So what we're gonna do is add a GZdoom thingy. Jesus Christ, what is up with all these bots? Okay. Well, you can never be sure nowadays. Well, actually, that is a very nice intro. How is mapping going? Actually, pretty good. I'm kind of in the polishing state or the phase of episode 2, so release is pretty close. Like I said in the beginning, like I hope, I'm aiming for the end of the year. If not, it's gonna be early 2026. Sector actions. Enter sector, that's what I want. Once only. Let's see. I have to write some stuff down because I'm gonna, since we are actually going to use monster teleports and assign thing numbers, kind of need to keep track of thing numbers. So we're gonna start from the back, so that means the hub area. We're gonna start from the rear, so we're gonna use 999. And then it doesn't give any conflicts because the editor doesn't keep thing numbers into account that you enter through scripting. If you assign like a thing number in the script, so there can be conflicts. I'm not really sure if it makes any sense the way I explain it, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we are... Let's just continue. Marshall spawn. So this is the UDMF format indeed, yes. It's actually great, I can never go back. Once I learn about all the possibilities of UDMF. And it was great. It's great. Absolutely. Thing ID, that is actually the portal, I think. Where to spawn at, and that is actually, I think it's 5. So you have any experience, I assume, in mapping? Doom spawn numbers, that was what I need. Because I kind of want to, like, I love playing around with... Okay. I have no idea. I haven't been really keeping track of the latest Spider-Man movies. Old one, okay. Oh, I can't remember, it's been so long. Let's see, where is the arch file? Just a second. Was there a stealth file? That's not what we want. File, okay, 111 apparently. Oh, Quake 1 mapping, oh nice. It's been a while since I did that. So we give a new thing ID number here, and that's what I mean. Maybe you know that if you assign thing numbers through scripting, you get into trouble, I believe, at least. Maybe they change it because there have been like, it's almost every time I start GZdoom Builder is, there has been an update or something. Hey, what is up, buddy? Welcome. Now that is saying hello is boring. Well, you can't get as creative as you want. Welcome. Type, I can't even remember. This is just to make sure that the arch file is immediately proceeding towards the player. Okay, so let's see. This normally should do the trick, and we're gonna try it out. So let's start here, because we need to jump to the platform. Right there, and then normally if everything goes according to plan, an arch file should spawn here. And you should hate the player. I assume that didn't go according to plan. Now there could be many reasons. And one of them is, no, it is monsters are active. That's not good. Using Doom 3 textures indeed. I kind of mix them with a couple of Quake 2 textures and the original Doom 2 texture pack. So it's kind of like a mix to come to a specific, unique style. Ah, wait a minute, that of course. That makes sense. I should of course attach a script to this. Oh, you're using it as well? Okay. Do you have like, you have a screenshot of your map maybe? Please let it work. Ah, there we go. See, now this gets interesting because, well, let's say the art file is not really... Ah, okay, you can actually... That's... Okay. So you can actually get back to him later. There, fly the rockets. Terrific toilet, welcome. Yes, they are. Now these are actually adapted somewhat, specifically tailored for Doom 2. But compared to the original textures, they are indeed higher res. Now, I'm just hoping it doesn't get noted too much, because I try to, you know, ooh, what hit me there? See, like I try to make it look at least as they somewhat belong together. Now, it's not easy combining the original Doom 2 textures and Doom 3. Absolutely not easy. But so far I think kind of somewhat got it to work. That is also kind of weird because normally there should be a teleporter spawn here. Well, yeah. It's I don't I could script name, wait a minute. I could, but I don't think, you know, it's not really that noticeable to put in the extra effort. Teleport, spawn spot, T-portal, okay. Okay, so that is the script. I have no idea why this all of a sudden is no longer... I think I actually... There we go. Not really sure why that was deactivated, but you know. There we go. So as you can see, this is one of the first maps I actually did, where it has somewhat a couple of combinations, I think. But you know, I feel like the difference in resolution it's not really all that noticeable. Now mind you, there are plenty of Doom 3 textures. Only like a few. I'm not using too many Doom 2 textures here. I think here in this one, I use the Quake 2 textures a lot, or like combinations. Yeah, there we go, that was fast. But I still feel like, even though, because the Quake 2 textures do have the same resolution as the original Doom 2 textures here. And I feel like it's quite alright. They kind of blend in nicely. You see, this is Quake 2, this is Doom 3. So I can live with it, you know. It's not like it's that distracting. But what I do want to do is, when I release, well, let's say I finish up these 3 episodes, and I want to work on a sequel, is then I'm going to create a brand new texture pack, while keeping us close to, like, keeping the resolution consistent. So it's going to look a little more like polished. But you know, it's like I've been so far in development at this point that I feel like it's not really super important to get the resolutions just right. And some of them indeed have, like this one is pretty large. But it's a compromise. Because this area is supposed to feel huge, look huge. So it's a compromise I have to take. So I kind of need those higher resolutions anyway, because otherwise this would look like, this texture would look pretty terrible if it was like let's say 128. So this is 512, which is still actually not too high res for this sector size, but you know, it's a good compromise, I think. I'll just jam pack it with action so you don't really pay attention. Stand still. What the hell is stand still? Hold on, that is actually, I never really for some reason remains stationary unless it has a specific target to attack. Until it sees a player. If there's no target, the monster will simply stand still instead of wandering or patrolling. What is the difference between this and ambush? Okay, let's test this actually. I'm curious. No idea. I usually just use ambush. Seems to do the trick. And what is going to be fun? If they see you, they kind of... This is like a giant mixer here, and they can cut in between. This does damage the player, but also monsters. So let's see how it plays out. Former human. Usually tend to start with oh, there's a little bit of room for a secret here. Hell Knight. Okay. And here we can actually use demons again. Like, what I tend to do is I'm usually very careful when it comes to placing demons, because I don't want to, like, they don't have a ranged attack, so that means they're very easy targets, and I kind of don't want that. So I try to make as good use as I can to actually make sure the monster's capabilities are fully used, and that means kind of, you know, surprising, like around corners, close combat. That's, I think, where the demon shines best, shines most. So you don't want to put them like all the way at the end of here, because it's too easy for the player to dodge. What I tend to use the demons for is actually, if you pick up like a special item or key, just have a few of them spawn around you. So you have to kind of look for an immediate way out. I think that's actually you know, the best use of the demon. Chain gunner. Okay, and I think from here we can actually start slowly to increase the monster tier. Let's end here with an imp. From here on it gets a little more complicated. So we got a nice, I think this is perfect for like a revenant. Or maybe just a second. Maybe like a Baron of Hell. You don't have to be ambushing because you can't get off anyway. And of course, now I'm not gonna go too far as to put in pain elementals, but I feel like these monsters actually fit the bill very nicely. So you enter from here. So I actually want those monsters to be here. More spread out. There we go. It is pretty nasty. Now this one, maybe here. Give a little bit of room to the player. Let me come from here. Okay, that's good. And then we get a fight with the Archvile, which, you know, could just as well make its way all the way here. I'm gonna choose not to meddle with that and see like how the monster behaves in its natural environment. So I'm not gonna put too many restriction on there. But there will be plenty of ammo, of course. And this is actually perfect location for health and armor. Should you not have a rocket launcher by now? I kind of want to strip I have to think about this because the weapons get stripped. So each map is going to be like a pistol start. Because it's important because of the flow. Because each level is actually designed with pistol start in mind. So what I want to do is actually, since it doesn't really matter, let's box of rockets. So basically, you can collect some, and I'm kind of, well, it's a hub area. It's kind of depending, like I'm not expecting the player to gather all the weapons and ammo in each section before choosing one. I assume the natural way to go would actually follow this and actually enter one of the levels. So I kind of need to make sure there's, you know, at least some ways to defend yourself here. The only thing is if you return with a pistol start here, because you lose all the keys and the weapons, I think. Let's see real quick. Take inventory. Oh. Oh no, okay. Well, I don't really know. I could actually let you keep the weapons here, or maybe just make them respawn or something, I don't know. Can you do it at per level? Because that would make some sense. Well, we'll see. Because this is actually like a playable level in itself, it's not just a pure hub map. Super shotgun. Flexi shells. Hey Soul, what is up, buddy? Yeah, true. It's kind of like I'm just thinking, like the maps are designed in a way like if you would have almost like a full arsenal, which technically you can, without, you know, I'm just gonna leave the plasma and BFG out of this for the hub area, but the rest of the weapons, you could basically, you have to make your way to these teleporters, and you have, of course, you have to have means to defend yourself. But I want the player to enter a map like a fresh start. Like you could add it to the lore that, you know, you like weapons, whatever stuff doesn't travel along with you. But then it would make sense to have the pistol travel along with you. So I'm not really sure. Maybe I just keep it to strip keys and, you know, just leave it at that. It doesn't really matter too much. But you get a rocket launcher early on. Just have to be a little bit scarce with the ammunition. No, it will allow, you can choose with whichever order you want. I think you could earn a medikit by now. Maybe put a rocket launcher right here. Wait, weapons, rocket launcher. Guess maybe I shouldn't think too much. It's gonna... We'll have to see what comes out of the test. Actually, can we jump from here? Let's not make it too difficult. A third of the puzzle, yeah. Oh god, man. That was something else, huh? But you know, in the new update, they kind of made it, let's say, more tolerable. Berserk doesn't carry over, so that's actually fine here. Should we have Berserk? Maybe it's too much. This is actually... yeah. But you know, I think it's a different time. Like, I'm not really sure if you actually... If people would, like, be willing to play it as it was originally intended. Not really sure. That's what, yeah. True. I've been actually playing Titan Quest. It was something I had on my list for a very, very long time. And I did try it like years ago. I have this, like, as you can see, I have it here. Still the original box. Well, it was actually the deluxe edition already. But it's, you know, if I compare it to like Diablo or the latest Diablo 4 and Path of Exile 2, it's definitely a different time, you know, but I do enjoy it. But it doesn't have too much hand-holding, you know? Now it's like the whole system, the leveling system and you know, the skills and stuff, it's a lot simpler, which I like. I don't want to spend like 5 hours fine-tuning my character just to make sure to get that one final boss or one boss. I think Titanfall is different in that way, but it's still a hard game, very hard. But you know, I've been enjoying these older games again, because like my level of patience is admittedly not the same as it was when I was younger. Like, I usually do like, I don't know, 5 or 6 tries and then I do something else. Whereas when I was younger, I would just, you know, try to push through, but it doesn't always work. But yeah, that's something I noticed. A lot less patience. Okay. It's something I have to... Like, you can experience this in many different ways. Like, this could be very well the first area you enter, or it could be the last, or the middle. Or you could actually go here, grab all the resources, and then decide to go back and actually start this map. So there's a lot of possibilities, so I'm not really sure if it's feasible to keep everything into account. Every scenario that can happen. Maybe should just wing it, and well, if the player ends up with a rocket launcher in the beginning of the new map, so be it, you know. There's not too much ammo here, so and I think the maps in themselves are, let's say, populated enough to provide a decent challenge, no matter which arsenal you pack. So this is also pretty much populated. Here I think we could actually do it with the new mancubus as well. See, how does it look? This is gonna be fun. Hold on. Actually got something here. Let's split these. And we're gonna create like an inset. Actually, this is perfect for a nasty surprise, and by nasty surprise I mean where is it? A good guy. Monsters. There, this one. Ambush players. This one is pretty cool. Because this one actually has a pretty short, well, let's say medium to short range attack. But if you place him here, in kind of like an ambush way, then you really, like, you could be in for a nasty surprise. And that's actually something I kind of... Now we're going to use some, I think, short blue. I never use those enough. Like that, maybe. Here. Okay. I gotta always be careful with decoration because, you know, I don't want the player. It's very frustrating and you can get stuck in decoration. So you have to be like, you can actually, What you can do, well, here it's actually because of the geometry, it's less interesting, but you can actually create like a small sector around it, which follows, like here, for example, if you have like a sharp angle, you can actually soften this up by creating a different sector with a smoother angle. So the player gets actually bumped against the wall, but it can keep moving instead of getting stuck here if the angle's too sharp. In Quake maps, for example, they do it with clip brushes. So if you have like a detailed corner or a detailed area, you can just smooth it out with, I think I used it, let me show you real quick, I use it somewhere. So just for the player, it's just for player movement to keep it smooth. I think I used it, let me see, right here. I think, did I? I think so. Yeah, block players. So you can actually, instead of getting stuck in this corner, you just, let me see if I can actually, if it works. Like if you walk here, see, you can actually, you get bumped away from it instead of getting stuck in this corner. Like if you do it like this, you deliberately go to the corner. It's different, but if you want to go like this, see, you don't get stuck. You just get a gentle push. And it's like, it's a very, oh, there we go. It's a very basic thing, but it does help. There we go. Can actually fine tune it like that. Okay. But that's just an example of how you can actually use these smaller, let's say newer techniques, well newer compared to, you know, when they were creating the original Doom. But of course you had sector limitations, so it wasn't too easy to actually pull it off. But it's just an example of like how you can actually improve the gameplay, the flow of the map. Now it helps if that angle, because it was pretty sharp, I think it was 45 degrees, but if you make it like 30 degrees, you stretch it out a little bit, it's even better. Then again, you know, you have to make sure, because otherwise it will look weird, because it's like an invisible wall. So if you don't really can push yourself up against the wall completely, it'll look different as well, or weird, or unusual. So it's kind of like a balancing act, I think. But you know, let's add a few torches. And this one has to be a slippery slope. This ice, you can actually make it slippery. What I'm gonna do, you can play it out a little bit. But that's something for later. Let's actually, what did I use here? Let's see. Oh yeah, this one. What type of monsters? Oh, there is the Archvile. He is awake, of course, because I start here. See, that makes it fun. You can actually... There's no need to actually engage him already, because you would lose... Probably waste a lot of ammo. But it's something you have to... Like, that's what I kind of like, that there's like a few levels to monsters. You can just choose to leave him. And let's actually see... let's see if I just play this along. See where he ends up. I have to see. Is that a proper scale? I'm not really sure. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea. To put monsters there, because let's see if I can actually lure him here. Ah, he remains here, that's good. I think I blocked monsters because of this mechanic. Like if the monster gets stuck under, like in between, it will probably give some issues when it comes to sector, so that's good. Okay. So we can actually just leave it as it is. The only thing then what is an issue is these demons, of course, because they can't reach the elevator if you decide to back up. Okay. Well, let's go. There you go here, and let's see how far. Huh. That's weird. Oh, there he is. See, that's kind of. I could technically prevent the Archvile from leaving here, but then, like, there's no really something like a mechanic for specific monsters that would be actually interesting. So, like, for example, Lost Souls. That's weird. Why are they grounded? That doesn't make sense. Ah, no, they're not. That is very, very, very strange. Okay, well. So far you don't really need anything here. Because you will... What the hell is that? Huh. Completely forgot about that. Okay. These sectors. They need to be instant death. Something I kind of cooked up. just an Easter egg, like the icon of sin is actually frozen here. Not entirely sure if I'm gonna keep it, but I thought it was a fun take. Okay, and what do we want here? Let's see which monster. Maybe just... Ah, wait, I got something. Let's use... Plasma zombie. Two plasma zombies, I think that would be enough. And maybe like one just for something on the side. Orb. And this one actually doesn't need to ambush, you can freely roam. Lots of plasma stuff here. So, you can actually make sure you get some health. Because I kind of want you, I want the player to at least stand a proper chance. You know, if he enters the map. This is a major secret, as you can see. What I kind of want to do... let's see if we have... I want to try to reward the player with the green armor, maybe. Like, but early on, maybe if somewhere over here. Like in this neutral area, maybe. So at least, you know, like, maybe health and armor, green armor. Like there. Before going in, you know, to get that little extra protection, so at least you have like a fighting chance if you enter. Maybe not here because this is fairly short. But definitely somewhere over here. Let's see, do we have some room here? on this island. Yeah. So it kind of makes sense, you know, because this is actually, it's just a hub area. It's not really like, it's part of the gameplay and, you know, part of the episode, but there's not going to be like huge, well, aside from the final boss fight, which will take place here in this map. But just to get to these areas where you get teleported into the actual maps, it's not going to be like huge boss battles, so... But I kind of want the player to have something to do while traveling to these areas. Because this is for a hub map, it's actually... It's pretty big, but I kind of wanted to like... you know, if you look at these more modern level packs for Quake, they kind of do the same thing. They create this larger hub map, and each section here is kind of specific to the theme of the map. So, you know, kind of know like the map style just by reaching these. Like this one is, for example, this one is for map 3, which is actually, I kind of used these specific shapes in map 3 as well. So it kind of comes back, but in a different form, different format. And it kind of like, it gives you an idea of what to expect in the map you're about to visit. So that's actually pretty, like, I thought it was pretty cool, interesting. Do something else. So, that's basically, I think. What thing ID is this? 6. So we're gonna... Let's use this one. 3. 3. 4 maybe. 4. Six. Seven. Six. Okay. One, two, three, 4. Huh, look at that. We're going to use that tag 7. So each time you complete a level and you get back to this hub area, a few of these monsters will wake up. As you can see right here, it's a very simple script. So I have to do this for each and every one. So we have to write 2 more. Oh wait, I actually did. Okay, already did. 7. And 8, I think. Is that correct? What the hell did I do? What the hell? I just tagged him. That is tag 7, what the hell? I understand. tagged them the wrong way. There we go. There should be 8 instead of 7. There we go. So that's it. It's just like something you have to do at the end. And you come back here, you know, there's like a small fight. The only thing I wonder because if you find a BFG in one of the other maps, it gets carried over. And of course that kind of makes the point of finding a BFG in one of the other maps useless. Well, I'm not really sure how to tackle that. But let's do a bit of playtesting, right? So we're gonna start as intended. So we're gonna actually try, I'm gonna play on the easiest difficulty, which is still difficult. So I choose any episode 2. And then I just crush you. Well, that is an option. So basically, you enter. And we're gonna go with, so these are frozen, that's also good. We're gonna go with this map. So I probably should save a lot. Get a rocket launcher. Okay. That's nasty already. Okay. I think I need to fine-tune the ammo balance here already. Oh, there's actually no monsters here. Oh. That is nasty. It will freeze my ass. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need more ammo. Oh. I totally forgot to pick up there's an archvile? Holy shit. Where did that come from? You can actually have a different approach. It's yeah, I definitely need some a ton more ammo. A ton more, a shitload more. Okay, things will eventually get better. So we activated the... We need to get out of here. Whoa, close. So yeah, you definitely need more ammo. But this is actually one of the maps you go to. And now the fun starts. Because I have absolutely nothing. Okay, that was good. Shit, he's still alive. Okay. So yeah, I need to provide the player with a shitload of ammo, obviously. Well, as you can see, like, this is a pistol start, but you know, this has been tested, this map. So as you can see, like, ammo health balance is a lot better. You know, things will work out eventually. So technically it could be that you actually, if you... It's a delicate balance, but technically you could actually end up with, or start this map with a pretty great arsenal, which of course renders this very early stage of the map pretty easy. It's like, it becomes trivial if you already have like a rocket launcher packed with plenty of rockets here. But I guess, you know, that's the trade-off. Because I feel like if like the mod is action-packed, I think you can better leave the player with too much ammo than not enough. Need to spam one. We're gonna have a little helper. One of the better secrets is that you can actually, if you press buttons in the right sequence, you can actually make a friend. There we go. So what I did was I kind of reprogrammed the Cyber Demon. If you don't do this or you don't activate the secret, the Cyber Demon is not your friend, and now he is. So I think that was a fun secret, at least better than, Jesus Christ, better than just a standard secret, you know, open a door or a closet and get some goodies. I think this is an interesting take. Monster nest. We gotta be very careful with these rocket launcher monsters. Sound is still missing, of course. So you get multiple ways to actually reach this area. That is top priority, and I actually picked up a key which turns this lava into ice. And makes the floor a little bit slippery. God, I have to get the hell out of here. Oof, close one. So we're seeing here, so it's a little less risky to grab these goodies. Man, this map is tougher than I thought. That's actually a huge multifaceted secret. For the life of me, I can't remember where I'm supposed to go next. Oh wait. This map took so long to make that I kind of forgot its layout a little bit. I haven't played this map in a long time. But I feel so far like weapon, there's no shortage of ammo. No shortage of monsters either. Let's see, okay. So we need to proceed up here. And actually, there is a secret I remember. Right here, you get the blue armor. And it's like a, I think it's a timer. You just need to survive here. There we go. For an X amount of time. And then it's fine. Now it's easy on the normal difficulty. If the monsters are fast, it's something else. There was another secret here. Yeah. Be very careful. I can't remember what, for the life of me, what that sound is. There's a secret, there's another secret. Secrets within secrets, it's all there. And, oh wait, yeah. That adds this. So here we go, we got the BFG. This shouldn't be too hard. There we go. And now I have 2 keys. Oh yeah. So you can actually grab the key in whichever order you prefer. As you can see, this one is actually a returning part. Only then it's more active. It's like a different take. As you can see, like this is the same area where I initially started the map. In the hub area, it was the same thing. Okay, let's save here because I lost a lot of health. See, like I try to combine some Doom 2 textures here, which I think looks quite nice. They blend in nicely with the Doom 3 textures. I have to be careful. Let's see, what do we have? We don't have enough plasma cells. Whoop. No need to be there. Where on earth did I... Where on earth did I leave that key? I think I vaguely remember... Wait, wait here. Yeah, this one. Okay. Okay, actually, oh yeah, this is... here we go. So here's the key. First get rid of that one. There's the plasma rifle there. This one opens up. Ah yeah, this one. So it's kind of like a shortcut. And you can actually, I think it's an easier way if you want to get back. You can do so here. Can you, oh, the center area is accessible as well. But let's just leave it for a minute. And we're going to activate, well, we got all three keys. So we're gonna open up that gate right there. That should have been lowered. And we're pretty close to the final battle. Now we're gonna, this is our cyber demon friend. See, as you can see, I activated the secret and he is friendly. Yeah, he's already trying to get these monsters here. And now this closes off. You're kind of stuck here, so now the final battle sequence begins. And our beloved cyber demon is not doing too much. He should. I think he's kind of stuck on, I don't know what. I think he got hit by some other monster over there that got his priority. Ah, there we go. Now he's pissed. There we go. Yeah, I think he got hit by some other monster beyond the gate and he couldn't reach it. So that got his focus. But as you can see, this makes your life a lot easier. So there's a multi-tier fight going on here. You have to you have a couple of waves. Normally you have to face the cyber demon as well, but you know, because I found a secret. As you can see, this one, if all the monsters of the tier are dead, and I'm not really sure why. There we go. So next tier. Oh, and you got some infighting as well, so. I think the Cyber Demon is again occupied with something else. There is a monster hitting it from somewhere. I should just trigger it again. There we go. Shit. That one is... Uh-oh. See, like, if you position a monster correctly, or if you find a position where you can make great use of the monsters. There we go. Oh, you didn't do too much, huh? He's returning to, I think that was the one who hit it. So there's no, if its initial target is dead, he's still returning to, because he wants revenge. Apparently that's why the targeting system is kind of a little bit messed up. But here we go. That is like the first map. And then we are back, and normally, well, I didn't actually activate this, but normally like this, another row of these monsters gets woken up, but I still have to implement it into that that map for the final area. That's basically like, you know, the thing, and then you actually need to collect a few power cells, and then you need to activate this drill right here. As you can see, you need to insert 3 power cells, then activate this drill, and if you fall through that hole, then you enter the final area where you will face the final boss of this episode, which is Annie, but a different form. But I still have to create that area, but I'm not gonna do it on stream because I kind of want to, you know, keep something with a little bit of shrouded in mystery. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that for today. Because I got some stuff to do as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great Sunday. And if everything goes according to plan, I will be seeing you fellas next week. So have a great Sunday. Take care, and until next time.